You're watching BCTV. We're all about Branford. You're watching BCTV, Branford Government Television, a service of Branford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Branford.
I want to welcome everybody to the Elderly Commission's meeting.
You went to the Lobster Shack, right?
So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I want to welcome everybody to the Elderly Services Commission meeting. Tonight, it's September 12th. My name is Lori Rockwell, and I'm going to have all the commissioners introduce themselves, please. Pat?
Hi, I'm Jean Ricco from Branford here.
Dana Murphy.
Luba Meibert-Schmidt.
Patty Torrey.
Mary Hahn.
Pat Brownell.
Ellen Carucci.
Lori Majak.
Nancy Cohen. Dagmar Ridgway, I'm director. Dory Deckard, clerk.
Okay, great, thank you. Did everybody get a chance to review the minutes from the May 9th meeting?
Yes.
Any additions, corrections, deletions? Do I hear a motion to approve them as written?
Make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
I second it.
Second?
Second.
Okay, so approved. Okay, Dagmar, do you want to go next?
Yeah, Jamie will be here shortly. When he comes, I'll stop my report, let him do his thing, and then we'll carry on. Did everyone get a chance to review all the stats and the financials?
Yep.
I did provide you with year-end, because our fiscal year ends June 30th. So you have all the stats for that, and then the financials for the year-end
Right.
and for the current fiscal year. And we did do very well. We were pretty much on target on all the line items in last year's budget, and I did move a little bit of extra money that we had in June. I went to the Board of Finance and through all the various committees to ask for a transfer into our furniture and fixtures so we continue on our replacement of tables that will be in the new facility. So I did do that in June, and it was approved, and everything's been done there. So we did very well on those accounts. In the current fiscal year, the only item that I did want to alert you to is our repair and maintenance account. Our line item that's repair and maintenance, we've expended 80% of that already. No, I'm sorry, 83, how much of that did we do? There's only 32% remaining in that account, and that's because at the beginning of July, we do a lot of our state inspections. We have to get all our vehicles inspected so we meet DOT code because we do passenger transport, and there were some things that needed to be fixed on the current vehicles we have, so they're all up to date on that. I also, we're in the process tomorrow and Monday. 2 of our medical cars were due to get new tires, all 4 new tires, so we've done that. So our repair and maintenance is running a little low considering where we are in the fiscal year. As soon as after our move, hopefully I can get on ordering new vehicles, so we're kind of trying to string them on a little bit. But we did have alternators go, and we had an air conditioner go, so just things that we had to repair. So that's why it's a little bit low in that account, but hopefully keep our fingers crossed that we'll make through. But otherwise, we're doing well. It's only the beginning of the year. The other thing I wanted to bring your attention to is our endowment. We're getting like $800 a month in interest.
That's right.
And historically, that account, that's our biggest benefactor was Ellen Kelly, who was one of our members who passed away suddenly. And this was probably 7 years ago, maybe, that she did. And she left us a significant amount of money. And Ellen was very much into making sure that as a director, I could order what we needed for programming. And historically, we've used the interest in that account so that it perpetuates into the future. Right now, we have $430,000 in it, but I just spent almost $20,000 in game room equipment, which is what that money should do. Not taxpayer money, but that's actually money that people have endowed for programming and things that we need. We also buy furniture occasionally with it, but pretty much, like technology we purchase with it, things that we need to enhance our programming. So you'll see next month that's gone down. At this point, there's half of the money for the game room has been committed and the other half when the items are delivered. But it's through the generosity of people in the community who believe in what we do. And Ellen was very active in our longer trips, and her husband, they traveled a lot, and we were very blessed that they left us with a very generous donation so we can continue to do these things and enhance the quality of the programs that we offer. So thank you to her and her family. Just wanted to acknowledge that. So, Jamie's here. So that leads, Jamie, you can come on up. So Mike, that leads right into, we were just beginning to talk about, I was talking about our endowment, how we're using that money to pay for some of the equipment and things that we need for when we relocate. So that being said, I will turn it over to you so you can.
Okay, thank you. Hello, I just wanted to come and update the commission as where we are with the project. So I'm not sure how much Dagmar has informed you as where we are, but so the building is, although we haven't formally signed a substantial completion certificate, which is just a documentation that the contractor and the architect sign off on, and the owner, which then we take over control of the building. It has been submitted for the review. We're at the point where we are able to. We are now in the building as far as now putting things in that are our responsibility. Furniture started to be delivered this week. I think there's just a little feedback on that. So that should be completed. I think they're coming back beginning of next week. They were supposed to do the final course of pavement today. However, they held off because of the threat of rain, because they have to put down a tack course. So that will be completed on Monday. The building official as well as the fire marshal are going to do some additional inspections tomorrow. I think that's expected to be completed tomorrow, and maybe a final sign off as far as some of the inspections that need to be done to obtain a CO, a certificate of occupancy. At that point, then we can start having staff in the building and start setting up their offices. Like I said, the furniture is being delivered. Some of the responsibilities that fell on the town are the technology end of the project, as well as FF&E, furnitures and fixtures and equipment. The IT department has already arranged for that building is already tied into our network. It's fully, it has all the wireless access points are already installed. Once the office of furniture is completed, then the vendor will then go in and install all the phone systems, computer systems. So, by the end of this month, we should be pretty fully operational. And then shortly after that, we will be able to, depending on the final sign-off, then to start to open up to the public. So we're looking at the beginning of October at this point in time. So it's exciting. It's been a long road, but it is exciting. I think for the most part, those who have been able to get into the building and see it, and staff and others, are happy so far. It's I think, when I had this conversation recently, when we started this, right after I took office or shortly after, and having a conversation with Dagmar, knowing a senior center was a priority of the town, had been looked at and discussed and for many years. I remember clearly stating that, we're going to go through a process. That going through that process, we'll be able to have a project that meets program needs for the now and into the future. We'll have the support of not only the community, but what was needed really was support through the appropriating process, in particular in the town process. I think we went through a process that obviously yielded that a center that we can be proud of, a center that will meet our program needs, not only now, but also going into the future. There's a lot in that building in terms of not only program space, but Dagmar can talk about, she had her and her staff, as well, the rec department staff, had training today. There's a lot of equipment that is in that building. That, these are things that are amenities that you don't see, but just really make the building more versatile, more able to have, programs, and just, I think will be something that not only, the current programs they offer, but offer ability to further expand. So I don't know with that, if there's any questions, I would be willing to entertain.
Any questions?
When do we get to see it?
Perhaps we can arrange a tour. I know sometimes it gets difficult with quorum size, but, or once you exceed a quorum, then it would have to be a officially public meeting. But, perhaps, shoot an email and we can just arrange something with a group at a time prior to the public getting in there. Now, as I said, there's furniture going in right now, and that should be completed next week. That's for the first order. There is some additional furniture that probably won't be here until October, just because we, actually I give Dagmar and her staff credit. They actually went out, looked at some additional furniture that they felt would, and really took their time, and really took their time.
No,
And,
don't blame me. Don't blame me.
But, so that is being, fabricated now, and that'll be probably, I think we're expecting that to come in October. Some other equipment that Dagmar had, which she had purchased through the endowment, which was the game room equipment, some brand new, 2 pool tables, shuffleboard table. Those will be delivered, I think, the first week of October.
Yeah.
So those are some things, but, they're not, so there'll be stuff that's going to be added along. Again, going back to the capabilities within that building, and just really on the so advanced in terms of just lighting and technology and AV, there's a lot of opportunity to continue to add and expand to it over time.
Will we be holding our next meeting there, November 14th?
Let's just put it down now.
We'll let you know.
Go,
We'll get back
unlock
to
the
you.
door.
Okay.
No, listen, yes, you will be, because you know what? They're gonna have the election there, so, the voting
You
place, so.
can have your meeting there, the AV,
So yeah.
whether it's videoed or not. I mean, we're not mandated
Yeah,
to
not
have it
mandated,
videoed.
David.
I think,
There is a
you may wanna move it
capability,
there.
we did not, BCTV had, owns the equipment here, and they secure funding and grants. We, have the capability to add that. We did dedicate some space. However, the BCTV equipment is not installed at this time. But again, having, like I said, so we can add to it or expand in the future, we have dedicated space, we have conduits put in, so it'd be a very easy install if funding was available for that. But, like.
And we can look into even using like an iPad to do a Facebook Live, so people can tune in on their computers
Well,
and still see the meeting, or?
The other thing too is, these are these cameras, robotic cameras with the control room on it, they can actually just plug in right to, I believe, our network, because we
Yeah.
have the fiber to the building. So they could, I believe, Henry, talking to Henry, he can set up just the camera, which would be more than sufficient for
Yeah.
a meeting of this size, and film it. And, which he does on other meetings, police commission, fire commission, he has it. But I believe he will have the capability, even though he doesn't have the control, he could send that right to the studio from the center, so
That'll
it
be
is.
great.
We just have to be mindful of posting requirements, because that was part of the original schedule that we had to post back in January, of when and where our meetings are.
Oh,
So we'll have
So
to
we'd have
let
to
people
talk to
know.
town clerk.
Yeah, so you would have to cancel it, and it would have to be, yes, thank you, yeah, it would either have to be posted as a special, or if there's a certain time before that, you can
Talk
move
to Lisa
location.
about
I
it.
think we can change it without turning it into a special meeting.
But you have to, so many
So many
There has to
days
be
ahead.
notification, and that we still have to post something here and post
Yeah,
it
we-
there,
Right,
and all
right.
different things. So we
Okay.
have to talk to town clerk to make
Yeah.
sure we did it properly.
I think that we can do that, and I think it would make sense to have the meetings at Canubra
Sure.
and get the public in there too.
That'll be good. And we'll have plenty of time, since we're in the,
Yeah.
to make arrangements for next.
And just, you know, one other thing I do want to mention, because somebody had approached me in a recent building committee meeting. We had taken a credit, we had removed, is it the bocce court? So, but to be clear, that's not removed from the project, that was just removed from the contractor, because we actually already have the material fabricated and purchased for that. So it's, we changed the site layout a bit of, and actually it's gonna be an improvement of what was originally designed. And we went to the planning and zoning a couple months ago to change the site layout. We made some modifications, and part of that was changing the location of the bocce court. So that discussion took place after, and so I just want to be clear that that's not removed from the plan. I think when, you know, there is a lot of potential there on that site. I mean, I think that was one of also the benefits. It is a 10-acre site essentially, so I think not only speaking again, there's always an opportunity to future expand amenities to this center.
Oh, that's great. It's exciting.
And I also want to reassure people, because there's a lot of rumors floating around, that when we do actually relocate, we'll give people in programs plenty of time, and I don't anticipate we'll be down maybe a day or two from moving our operations. I don't think there'll be any really disruption in programs or services, because there's rumors you're going to be, you know, things I've heard that aren't true. So if anybody has questions, give myself or give Jamie a call. But yeah, I expect minimal, I expect a smooth transition over there.
Yeah, actually, like I said, as far as the department and their operations, their offices are set up now with the furniture, and they have, you know, next week, IT will be installing the new phones and computers. So there will be a time just where there'll be downtime for phones, or where they're just switching over the numbers, but that, we did it to move out of that building. For the rec department, it's less than a day, but
Yeah.
in terms of programs and operations, there'll be no disruption. I mean, they're gonna have, right now,
There'll be
they're operating on some temporary desks in their office,
We're fine.
boxing up stuff, we'll move it over, but the programs won't have any delay.
When we move lunch and buses and, you know, trip departures and all that, we'll give people plenty
Yeah.
of notice, and, you know, it'll be a pretty easy move, I think, so. We're excited. Very.
It's beautiful.
Any more questions for
Any
Jamie?
questions?
Yes. Are they going to give like a video presentation perhaps of the layout, you know, just so that people could see what it's going to be like and what they have to offer
We could.
there compared to here? I think that would be really encouraging to everybody. It's like, look what we got now.
Yeah, I mean,
Do a tour.
you know, that's a good idea, and actually one of the things I had hoped to, and I had discussions with the architect, was really tell him I'd provide that through renderings, you know, a while ago, so people knew it, but for different reasons that we weren't able to put that meeting together.
Getting closer. So
But, you know, now I think I'm just looking forward to actually people, rather than seeing a video, opening the doors and saying, come on in. It's a public, you know, you come in and tour. So that's, you know, probably a few weeks away. So I think that may be, because I just fear too with the video, it may be more difficult for them to orientate themselves within the, get the full picture.
Just to highlight,
Yeah.
like, look what we have to offer now.
Yeah.
You know, in an IT room, you have pool tables.
Yeah,
you
we-
got
Yeah, we
lots
could,
of-
we could do a tour, and
Yeah.
other centers have done that once they're in the space,
Oh.
and kind of do a tour, here's our cafe, here's our lounge, here's our
Right.
fitness center, and just, I even think when we transition, there will be, we'll have kind of the ambassadors to help show people around, because it's gonna be new, and we can, as a team, as a staff, we'll orient people, and, because it's different and it's big, but I think it's so exciting, and people, we may even call on some commissioners to help us with that, if anybody's interested in being an ambassador once we open.
But actually, I think to your point, now I'm sitting here thinking about it, I mean, I think you're thinking of even after we're open,
Yeah.
right? Are you saying to have something, which,
Show it off, you know?
I will, they had filmed the building, I think a video was done prior to any work happening in the building. So they did a tour, they documented. What we should probably also do, have them document even Canoe Brook.
Yes, please.
But I think, and then all through the construction project, there was pictures, well, it was photographed. They actually had, that was part of the contract where somebody came in and photographed every change that was happening. And, to come in and now, both through photographs and through video, I think that's a good idea. And then that can be aired. I think that was the intent when they first went in there to video it prior to the construction. That was to be followed up with a completion of the project, and then, edit that together and put something on. I think they were gonna do something on BCTV with it. But I think, we may wanna coordinate something with the still pictures that the contractor needs to provide at the closeout stage, and also, once we start to, get in the building. So, I think I thought you meant just for, prior, so people know where they're going before they get in there. But I think you're saying even after,
Yeah,
show
once
it
we're
off.
there, kind of like, here's who we
Yeah.
are, here's what we
where it
do,
at. Yeah,
here's the
Before and
team, here's,
Yeah. that's a good idea.
we will work on that, once we're moved.
Anything else? No?
Yes. No, thank you so much, Jamie.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everyone. Thanks. So we'll go back to the game room, because I have pictures to show you, not of the room, but of some of the furnishings
Thank you again,
that we
Jamie.
did purchase.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. I did purchase 2 9-foot Olhausen, made in the USA pool tables, and they kind of look like this. They're very nice, they have navy blue. Our color scheme in there is very much navy blue mahogany for our level of more timeless nautical is kind of what we were thinking. So we have 2 of those, and then I have a shuffleboard table that goes like this, and we will put our logo. I designed a new logo to go in the middle of it. That's manufactured in North Carolina. And this is the new logo that I came up with, Connect, Learn, Explore.
Oh, I love it.
I think it really explains who we are, established in 1970, so we'll be going into our 50th year next year in 2020. So I felt that's important, and that will be right in the center of the new shuffleboard table, so.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it'll, and that's kind of how it'll look on the table. You won't have that white background in there. So we're going to work on this a little bit on some of our promotional products too. And it's really, I've got to say, thank you to the people on all the various boards and committees that supported this financially. Thank you to my team of employees who have worked tirelessly, put up with me, worked with me, collaborated on every step of the way. And we've had some ups and downs, and we're going there. We're so excited because, and everybody says, what does it look like on the inside? It's nicer than my house. It's nicer than most people's homes. It truly is. We have a 2-story stacked stone wall that goes from the downstairs to the upstairs. We have off the main lobby, there's a curved fireplace that's double-sided into the library in the lobby that has the stacked stone on it. Our game room is absolutely gorgeous with the equipment and the game tables, and the floor that's in there is just, it's stunning. Our commercial kitchen, which allows us in the future, hopefully we'll be able to hire someone to work part-time and do chef on site like a lot of senior centers do, and they generate revenue, so you can do coffee and light bites, you know, for special events, for when the community house has tournaments, that kind of thing, looking toward the future, and it does generate revenue. The kitchen is top-notch. In our multi-purpose room, which is about this size, actually, almost exactly this size, has 2 drop downs here, so it can, the skyfold drops from the ceiling. We press 2 buttons with a key, comes down completely soundproof. So we can have one large room that can fit over I think it's 326 people. We have each individual room's just over 100 people that can be in there, so you can have 1, 2, 3, whatever the configuration you want to have. So it gives us a lot of flexibility for the future. For our current programming, it's really nice, and in our cafe portion, we have banquet seating that will be coming in like you see in restaurants. So we have tables for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, plus other tables, high tops, some regulars. It's really, really lovely. Our fitness center, and just in the process, that's another thing that will be coming out of endowment, is the fitness equipment. It's a room where our classes will be held, and we have quite a few fitness classes, I think over probably now around 500 a year, something like that. And I'm going to start with some, and this is what Jamie was saying, not everything's going to be there day one when we're open. We're going to roll things out. So I'm ordering some fitness equipment to go in there, something called New Step, an elliptical bike, one of the treadmills where you can be on 300 different courses around the world with a video screen, weights, a weight bench, so people can do some strength training. We have a ballet bar in there, so we can start to do bar classes, or if someone's in a fitness class and needs to hold on to balance themselves a little bit. The sound system, we got trained on that today. It is amazing. Even the tech guy said, you have some pretty good speakers in this building. And we're able to communicate throughout the whole building. Our fitness center has special cooling, and the lighting in the place is amazing. But the sound system, you know, it's all technology. We can plug in an iPod into a locked thing in the wall, and you can play the playlist, and it comes through these beautiful speakers. And I gotta say, I think we're all so excited to have you see it, and just, you know, bear with us, because there's going to be a few growing pains, and not everything's going to be there day one. But we're going to do a soft opening, and we're going to get to know the space a little bit. Like when you buy a new house, you need to be in the space a little bit to know exactly what you need. So it is a work in progress, but it's new, it's bright, it's, we have a wellness room, we've got the activity classrooms, the library, the Matthew Brady Library for our mentor and former director, named after him. And we've kept them historical names, so there'll be a Sliney Room, the Waverly Lounge, Montelouise, the Brady Room. So we're carrying over our history from Canoebrook. And another thing that a lot of people are asking me about, all the historical pictures on the walls. We're bringing them over. I just ordered new plates for them because the gold doesn't match, so they had to be silver, and some of the frames are being changed out. But that's such a historical visual history of our community, our town, the different neighborhoods that we got probably 25 or 30 years ago from the Historical Society. We got those prints and had them done up, and endowment paid to have them framed. And they're all security locks, et cetera, on the walls, so they can't disappear. But yeah, so I'll start moving those over. I think next week we're going to get them off the walls at Canoebrook and get them over in the new space. So it'll feel familiar. The bathrooms are lovely. There are handicap stalls. There are some that are a little bit wider. A couple of, you know, they're comfort height toilets. Just all the little details you don't really think about. We have a beautiful conference room. So yeah, we're excited. It's going to happen in the next month. I guarantee you that. So we'll be excited. We're already seeing, and I think Nancy can speak to this, we're already seeing a lot of new members, a lot of younger, new people saying, and we expect a 40% bump. So that goes along with that too. Our software has been updated. Now we have the capability to take pictures of people that will stay on just for staff use. I think I reported on it last time. It's now complete, and we're going to begin, if you're there and you're at home, you come to the center, we're going to take your picture, because there's going to be so many new people. We don't know everyone. We want to be able to call people by name, and it just helps all of us. It's only for staff use. It doesn't go to anyone else. That is getting updated, and of course we take the credit cards and other things in our software has been updated to make doing business easier and more up to date. So we're really excited about that. Any other questions about details in the building that you're in? We do have an elevator. There's been rumors that you can't get in. There's an elevator. There are entrances with some stairs or entrances with 1 or 2 stairs. You can come in straight from the ground level, take an elevator up, and you're in our space. So, let me put that rumor to rest that you have to get in by stairs. That is not true. We really thought pretty much of everything in there. I'm trying to think what else, Nancy. We have an ice machine. We've got a freezer, so yes, we'll be able to have ice cream to people. So that's kind of the inside scoop. And like Jamie said, if there are any commissioners that would like to see the facility, before the public gets in there in the next few weeks, give myself a call, and I'll be happy to meet you over there. We just can't have everybody come at one time, but give us a call and we'll make arrangements to get you.
Maybe it's not related, but what's the disposition of the old facility? Anybody say anything?
I don't really know. I think the original intent was to sell it, and I know there are a lot of groups that are interested in it, but I've not been privy to those
Okay.
discussions.
Just curious if somebody
That's
heard.
really up to Jamie and the Board of Selectmen as to what they do with any building in town. So, it's hard to leave a building that's been home for 42 years for me, but I'm so excited about the new building and having a space that's accessible that people want to go. You're going to want to go and just hang out. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You're going to become shuffleboard queens, and it's going to be a place that people of all ages want to go, whether they're in the rec department or Canoe Brook, and we'll cross paths and there'll be a little interaction there. So yeah, it's a new home for all of us, and you're going to be like, wow. Like the Waverly Lounge overlooks the gym. We have a viewing area, and it overlooks this gorgeous gym. It's the floors, everything's new in the gym. It's gorgeous. It's Alex Paluzzi's pride and joy. So,
It's exciting.
yeah, we're working well together as a team with the other department. And remember, Canoe Brook will still be Canoe Brook. And it doesn't say Branford Rec on the outside. It says Community House because that's the name of the building. But inside on our level, we're Canoe Brook, and there are parks and recreation downstairs. So, it's all going to work.
Oh, you have to be so happy.
We are excited. It's been a long time coming, and I'm grateful to the commission for the support. It's been many years of advocating for this commission and previous commissioners for the people in our community. And I do want to say too, for people who we help with social services, the fuel assistance, right now we are doing people with deliverable fuels, and they should be completed by mid-October. So they're all going to be seen at Canoe Brook, and then for anyone who has an appointment after that, when we've relocated, we'll make sure they know that we're at 46 Church Street. And one of the other things I learned today is that if you use Google Maps for 46 Church Street, it actually takes you to Church Street in Pine Orchard. So you've got to be careful for people who are at home. Know that we're just a block or two from the town green on Church Street at the current community house. So if somebody's telling someone else how to meet them there, and they say, oh, I'll just put it in my GPS, they may end up in Pine Orchard. And apparently the rec department has tried to notify Google Victor numerous times to have it corrected, and he's just hit a brick wall. So we'll work on that and see if we can get it corrected. But
Dagmar, I'm not familiar with Church Street and Pine Orchard. I know there's Chapel Street.
maybe it's Chapel Street it sends you
Yeah,
to.
because that's where
Yeah.
the chapel is.
Yeah, that could be where it sends you to. I didn't have time today to check it because we were in training most of the day. So it's will be nice. We'll be able to walk to town. We'll be able to have an area to walk outside. So,
Yeah.
it's exciting, it's happening, guys, thank you. So, any more questions about the senior center, the move? At this point, there's not a big grand opening schedule. I think we're gonna do a soft move and then maybe down the line have some kind of celebration. But right now, because we're still kind of rolling in furniture and equipment and things, so
It's exciting.
it's so exciting. From my point of view too, on my report, we still are without a transportation coordinator. We have not had an applicant that's been qualified for it. So if there's anyone with CDL, with passenger endorsement, who's interested in the position, please contact our HR department. It's kind of a unique position in the skills that are required, because you do need administrative skills as well, and computer skills, et cetera. So Blair has been covering that primarily, and I've helped her out too. So we're doing it, and we're picking up a lot of new passengers in transportation, and we're going to explode. We are exploding. New members, Nancy, you can speak to that in your report. We're really, every day I hear her orienting new people. So I think your point is very good about having a video on who we are and what we do and where we are. Not just on the space, but on things that are there, because people will want to be there. Also, you should know on a financial end, for the equipment, I did go to the Board of Finance and the Board of Selectmen, all the committees, to do a bid waiver. We use the same company, Encore Billiards in Milford, that we purchased the current pool tables we have that can no longer really be moved or transferred over. So, it's a family business that's been around that provides service to us, but they did approve a bid waiver, so I was able to purchase directly from them. Annual report is due, so if any commissioners are interested in helping on that, we take the year-end stats that I did, but I know Lori usually helps with me. Patty, did you help us before?
I did before, yeah.
So maybe we'll call on you, and if anyone else is interested in helping on the annual report, we could use it. Let me see what else we need to know. I think that's pretty much all I have on my end. Any questions? No? What I will do is give you the social service report.
Sure.
We'll do that next. I'll just read it. Marlos and Janine have started early intake on the energy, focusing on the deliverable fuel heated clients. Most of those clients will be seen at Cherry Hill. The utility ones will be in our new building, hopefully mid to late October. We've nearly exhausted all of our summer and fall allocation from Operation Fuel, which is $2,000 they give us from that. And that's used for people who are in crisis and shut off or have a shut off notice and can't qualify for other assistance. And we'll get more money in Operation Fuel probably in the middle of the winter. Rent rebate goes on until October 1st. To date, we have processed 337 applications, 316 of those were payable, and so far in Branford, people's pockets is $168,984. The average award is $535. So if anyone is a Branford resident, age 60 or over, and lived in Branford for the last year, don't have to have lived there, but live here now and was a renter, give Janine a call at Canoe and they'll set up an appointment to have you come in. This is for 2018. We also, which is kind of exciting, for years we've been trying to get the farmers market vouchers from the state. And every year we apply, and every year there's not enough of them. This year they just came out, and there's a limited supply that we have. It's $18 per household that you can use in any of the farmers markets in the area. It's a one-time thing. You do have to provide some documentation of income and assets. The income criteria is $1,926 gross monthly for a household of one, and $2,607 for a household of two, and the coupons are good through the end of October. So if anyone's interested, call Marlo. She'll take care of you. So, that's the social service report.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Nancy, do you want to do programs?
Sure. So we had our Christmas in July sale in July, and everything was half price. Our bangles, baubles, and beads, you could get costume jewelry for $1, and I'm proud to say we sold $84 worth of stuff, and we deleted a lot of things that were left over from last year, so very excited about that. So it's a new school year. We are looking for more people to participate in our literacy program. We do it currently with the Murphy and Tisco schools. All it is 1 hour of your time in the morning. If you are interested, please get in touch with me by the middle of next week, because I'm trying to give the list to the 2 schools. It won't start till October because kids have to get acclimated to the new school system, and parents have to do permission slips for the kids to participate. But we still have people who are doing it from day one, and I've been here 12 years. I think I started it 11 or 12 years ago. So it's exciting that, you know, I still have the original group. I mean, there's a lot of new people who've come along the way, but it's a wonderful interaction with the children. So if anyone enjoys the kids, give me a call. We are having a triad program on Tuesday, September 24th. It's Medicare fraudsters, learn how to not be a victim. It's at 11 o'clock in the morning. Anything that I tell you about that's free, please call me so I know how to set up a room, so I'm not interrupting the speaker while I'm moving tables and chairs. So all the triad programs are great. We do have a council. It's called the SALT Council. We're meeting on Tuesday at 9 in the morning. If any of you commissioners or people out in the public would like to help us provide programs to keep us from being victimized either at home, on the computer, out in the community, give me a call, because the more the merrier. Oh my goodness. It's National Senior Center Month, so a couple of big events that we're doing before the month is over. We have our annual picnic at Foot Park, which is next Wednesday at 12 o'clock. It's $16. If you are interested in going, please call me ASAP, because I have to let my caterer know how many people. It's a lot of fun. We sit under the pavilion, we play croquet, we play the cornhole toss game, and you have the water right in front of you. So it's a very, very nice afternoon, so please join us. We also are doing our annual happy hour at the Stony Creek Brewery. Right now there's 45 people going, so the more the merrier. So if you want to come, Thursday, September 26th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And once again, please call me so I know how many tables to save. Hopefully it'll be a nice warm day. We could be outside.
And we also have other centers.
Yeah, we also have,
Statewide event.
it's a statewide event. So right now, North Haven, they've definitely committed as well as Plainville. There's a couple of senior center directors who are coming. I just need to find out if any of their seniors are joining us. But it's a great time. You don't have to be a drinker. And everything we do, you can pay individually. So you don't have to worry that Susie Smith spent $20 and you're only going to spend $5. So it's really a lot of fun. If you want more information, call me at work, shoot me an email. The other really cool thing, we're having some free musical performances. And this is through the Music Performance Trust Fund. It's out of Hartford. And I thought that I was done being able to participate, and they still have monies for us to participate. So my next one is on October 2nd with Hideki Yamaya, and he performs on guitars from the 16th to 19th centuries. Other centers have had him perform. He's phenomenal. So October 2nd, 1:30 in the afternoon, so please give me a call. And if you're interested in other things we're doing, I can give you the dates for the other performances. The annual flu shots are Tuesday, October 8th from 12:30 to 2. You don't need to call in advance, just make sure you bring all your insurance cards, and we have volunteers that help fill out the paperwork for you. AAA driver improvement class, we now are not charged to take the course, so none of you have an excuse not to take it. It's a great class. The gal who teaches it is a ball of fire. She's very interesting. It's on Tuesday, October 15th at 8:30 in the morning. We're limited to the number of people, so call me soon and I'll be happy to put you in the class.
And you get a discount on your insurance.
Yeah, you get a discount.
certificate.
Yeah, you get a
That's the
certificate.
motivation.
Yeah, you get a discount, so right off the bat, you save money by not having to pay for the class. And what happens is, I believe their main headquarters are New York, so they will mail you the certificate, and then you call your insurance company, give it to them, and they'll give you the discount. I can't really tell you what your discount is. Call your insurance company first, and, but you know, the rules of the road have changed. A lot of people text messaging while they're driving, so we need to be more cognizant of the horrible drivers around us. Not that we're terrible drivers, but it's a great class, so give me a buzz. And then a couple of trips coming down. There's just a few spots left, so I don't want anyone to be left out. We're going to see Billy Elliot, the musical, at Goodspeed. It's Wednesday, November 13th. We're leaving the center at 12:45 in the afternoon. You'd have to be there by 12:30. It's only $68. We're taking the minibuses there. We're trying to be cognizant of how much money trips are costing, because we don't want everything to be over $100. And I will tell you, I've been in the bus going towards New London, and the highway is smooth sailing. It's not a boing ride, so it's really good. So if you want to come to Billy Elliot, give me a buzz. It'll be a great day.
Leave the driving to us.
Yeah, leave the driving to us. You don't even have to worry about where you're going. Talk to the person next to you. Look out the window. It's very cool. And then, very exciting, we're going to see the Rockette show at Radio City Music Hall. We haven't been there for a few years. We're going Thursday, December 5th, and we're not doing a coach bus because it's a 3-hour bus ride, if not longer. We're going to take the train, and this year we will be taking the Shoreline East. So we'll meet at Shoreline East and then go to New Haven and then go into the city. It's really going to be a great day, so give me a call. It's $132. That includes your train ride, your 2 train rides, the tickets. Tickets are in the orchestra, and you're on your own for lunch, but the restaurants, there's a gazillion restaurants right outside the Radio City Music Hall. So please call me. I'm happy to talk to you. Shoot me an email. Come visit.
And you'll have a little bit of time on your own to get lunch, go shopping in the city. And Nancy and I are both going on this trip,
Yeah.
so you'll have us there as
Yeah, so you get one person in front leading the group and the other person in the back. So, yeah, we've done this before, and it's a great time. And we don't have to get on the subway, so that's really cool. So I don't have to worry about people sliding their cards in too many times. So,
we do a lot of adventurous stuff.
yeah, so.
That's true.
Any questions? And if any of you are retired and you have a special interest in doing something, or you have this great talent that you'd love to share in our new building, give me a call. And if I find out that you have a special talent, I'll be calling you. So, thank you.
There you go. Perfect. Pat, do we have any comments?
No, we don't.
Okay, we have no comments, okay. We'll have to find a special place over in the new building for the comment box. Do we have any citizen comments?
Well, I just have one comment.
You know, could you do me a favor and please come up to the
I
microphone?
don't even know if this is the right place, but I'm going to start here.
Sure.
There's a group of us that meet down at Branford Point Beach, and all summer long, there's like at
I'm
least
sorry,
eight.
could you just give us your name?
Oh, I'm sorry, Pat Caprileone,
Thank you.
and I've been living in Branford since '77. I'm also a member of the senior center. So there's a group of us that sit down there, and we're maybe 8 to 10 people. Every single day, there's people coming and going, but there's a bunch of us. And there was a couple issues at the beach. I know a lot of people don't use the beach, but we do all the time. We love it. And one of them is kind of a safety issue for seniors. If you know the beach, from the parking lot down to where you go to the beach, there isn't any walkway. So you walk on the grass or you walk in the dirt. And there's a lot of folks that have walkers and canes, and it's a safety issue. And they really should have some kind of a walkway, small walkway, that just, so it would make it easier for folks, because
Is there any designated handicap parking there?
there's handicap parking.
Is there any walkway from, because I'm not familiar with it, is there any walkway from the handicap parking?
No.
No, you're
No.
walking in the
No,
dirt.
Nancy knows,
Yeah.
because she's
Yeah.
one of our gang, and she knows that there really isn't, it's not a good, it's just not safe. And like I said, there's a lot of seniors that go there and enjoy the beach, and so we were talking about it, and I said, you know, where do I start? And Mary, of course, is a commissioner here, and she,
That's what you
yeah,
bring
so.
these kind of things so that the commission can work to resolve it.
Right.
Right, so like I said, I don't know if this is the exact place, but I thought I'd start here. So if there's anything that the commission can help us with, it's not a big deal thing, even if they just make.
It is though. I mean,
Well,
you're
yeah,
saying
I mean,
there's
it is
things
for
that are
us,
concerned
but it
about
shouldn't
the
cost a
safety.
lot of money. That's what I was thinking of, the dollars. It's just gonna be a small area, just so people can walk down there
I
safely.
think the place to start is perhaps to speak with Alex Paluzzi, who, have you spoken to him, who's Director of Recreation? Because I believe they manage
Yeah, I figured Parks
that
and Rec.
park.
I thought they did.
The
Don't
Branford
they have
Point, they do.
their own
Yes.
commission, Parker
And
Memorial?
what is
They
it
don't
that-
have it anymore?
Park and
Parker
Rec,
Memorial
Parker
is a
Memorial
different
always
park,
had their own-
right?
that's different.
That's different from Branford Point.
I don't know, is that the real name of it? I don't know. It might be Park.
Yeah, they maintain it, so I think what I would recommend, Pat, right?
Right.
Is that you set up an appointment with Alex Paluzzi, and certainly anyone from the commission who would
Yeah.
want to work with you on
Sure.
that, maybe Mary.
Yeah.
And he's always open to hearing and listening, and I will certainly mention it to him as
Yeah,
well, that it
because
came
it's-
up at the commission meeting.
Right.
I don't know the process, but I do know Alex is in charge of that,
Okay.
of
And-
maintaining and would want to
And
know
so
about
anything
safety
connected
issues.
with that, I would, because there's also another issue there, and if people know Branford Point, there's a bathroom, but the bathroom is quite a distance. There's a changing room, and the changing room is kind of convenient, but the bathroom is way up and back, and that's another issue for seniors that have to schlep all the way up in the back. And they do have a ramp, but it's quite a distance for them to go. So I just,
Bring
those are
them
two
both up
things.
to Alex. He would be the one to talk to,
Yeah,
who
okay.
can
Okay.
effect a change there and tell you if they can, they can't, and
Right.
work on it with you, and maybe you and Mary would both want to go.
Okay, thank
That would
you.
be my recommendation.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
coming.
much, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I guess our next meeting is November 14th.
Correct.
So, and we will announce, we assume it'll be here or the new center.
It'll be at the news center.
It'll be
By
at the
November
news center.
14th, it should be there. That's a couple of months away, so. We'll,
Yeah, as long as the recording.
well, it doesn't even have to be recorded. There's no, I mean, it's nice, because I do think a lot of people watch it at home and appreciate, because I always get comments, I'm sure you do too, hey, I saw you on TV. So we want to continue to do that, but I think for next month, if they don't have it, hopefully we can work something out. But I see no reason why you won't be able to meet at Community House at the Canoe Brook on the second floor. I'm not sure which room, I'll have to look, because we're gonna have to worry, and that's another thing, for all the groups that do night meetings at Canoe Brook, we will be transferring those over to the new building, and with familiar room names. So, we'll notify all the groups when it's time to do that, and give them plenty of notice to notify their constituents or participants of that, so. Plan on the 14th, we'll have to let you know what room.
Okay, that sounds like a great plan.
That works.
Okay, do I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I seconded it.
All right, so
No one's hungry, are they?
Boy, we're in a hurry.
thank you all very much for
Thank you,
coming.
everyone.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Branford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BranfordTV.org.